Hello everybody, my name is Aphrodite, aka Madam Suave. If you are new here, I would like to welcome you to the community. Be sure to check the description box below and like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to. Remember that energy is timeless and fluid. This could be past, present, or future energy. Flip roles if they need to be reversed, and only take what resonates, leaving the rest for who it is meant for. So today's message is going to be kind of a continuation of yesterday's message. So yes, unfortunately, or not unfortunately, but I am back. I do not mean to add any confusion. Okay, do not shoot. I am just the messenger here to kind of give you guys a little more clarity. Yesterday I was giving you guys more so advice, but now this is going to kind of be information for you to kind of sit with and figure out what you want to do. Okay, so kind of to assist you. All right. But we do have both root chakra and third eye energy out, all right? So you are being stopped for a reason. You're being called to think or examine something closer. And kind of the question that you have to answer is, what is that reason, okay? What is that reason for you? Why are you being stopped? Or why are you stopping yourself? Or maybe you are feeling like, I don't know, maybe you still need some sort of clarity, okay? Because maybe it's still something lingering. Like maybe you would rather have some sort of clarity before you make a permanent and final decision. But at the same time, I'm feeling like you are kind of conflicted, okay? Because one thing that I'm feeling is maybe something is feeling like one-sided for you at this point, and it's like you are choosing to kind of protect yourself in the matter, right? Because you are feeling unprotected or like something of the sort, okay? But what I am seeing is that there is a restriction of the throat chakra or speech, okay? So this may be from a lack of confidence, fear, anxiety, emotional overwhelm, or some sort of control issue, okay? And I was getting that this could be from the other person because we are still speaking about relationship energy here, okay? So this could be some sort of connection that you are in or involved in, all right? But the reason why I'm seeing that there is, a restriction of the throat chakra or speech is because there is a need to take your time and not necessarily worrying about how something comes out. You may be, or either this person is too focused in your head, okay, overthinking. Maybe you are thinking too far ahead and need to take it one step at a time. But right now, what I am seeing, right, because I am talking about this overthinking energy, and like I said, sometimes when you think for too long, you miss out, you miss an opportunity, or also when you overthink, you can think yourself out of something, okay? But right now, regardless of the fact is there is so much thinking that there is no action, okay? So because of this is not helping the situation. What I was seeing is something literally like building up, okay? Building up, and it's like exploding, okay? So seeing a bomb going off, this is what I was seeing, okay? It's like something is building up so much that it is just going to kind of explode, or kind of like I said, something, it's like when you wait too long, sometimes, things can just kind of blow up in your face, okay? I'm hearing time is ticking, time is of the essence. So if you didn't have patience before, okay, patience is one of your strongest virtues now at this point. And I was really feeling you guys' frustration as well, because before coming on, I was saying to myself, don't be a smart ass, 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 because y'all know me, like my mouth is real quick with it. So I kind of had to understand that, that I am, I'm here to kind of deliver you guys the message. I do have to be understanding of both sides. But it's like while I was, coming to the terms with that, I was also feeling like the fact that I'm saying this, what is this also saying about my collective? And what I am getting is that you are almost tired of being understanding, because maybe you are feeling like there is not much understanding or regard for you and your emotions and your feelings or your side of things, because you are constantly trying to be understanding and accommodating to others, but do not really see much of that in return, or especially in this non-action, okay? But also what I was getting, okay, because there was also some really sweet energy coming out, so I am going to give you guys, a little bit of a glimpse of that. One of the things that I was getting, or the energy that was coming out, is that it has been a minute for somebody, and they may be concerned about being a little overexcited, okay, unable to contain themselves. And I do mean if you guys catch my drift, okay? So like it is, I'm not gonna lie, it is a really cute energy, and this may be frustrating for you, but it is also really cute, okay? But I do say all of this while also telling you to remain standing 10 toes down, because no action is exactly that, no action, okay? But also in that they've been getting no action, okay? Yeah, okay, so like I said, it's been a minute, and someone, I don't know, it's like someone is feeling like overly excited that it's almost like paralyzing. Oh, I talked about this before. Okay, this is not like necessarily like TMI, guys, but I remember talking about this before. I don't know if you guys have ever had this, and yes, I told you guys, sometimes I do feel more comfortable about, voicing certain things like out loud because I feel like it's natural. But there is a point where your hormones grow very, very strong to a point of almost paralyzation. Okay, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that, but it kind of just paralyzes you in one spot, and it's like no movement. It's kind of like when something overcomes you, overtakes you. Now, I do not want to mention this. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. I once wrote a poem about a touchless. How can I say this? Because I don't want to be like too explicit because I don't want to have to make it 18 and up. I mean, but basically, we'll just call it this. We'll call it a touchless euphoric high. Okay, it's something that is possible when your energy. It's like I don't really know how to explain it. But it's kind of like you get to a point where you are able to kind of harness your sexual energy in a way to where you don't really need much to, it doesn't like require much. Okay, so there's been something that has been building up. Okay, that's the most I'm going to say to you guys. Okay, I don't want to have to make this 18 and up. Okay, because I know that other people are not as strict with their videos, but I am very much strict with certain things that I kind of leave to be open to, minors. Okay, even though parents are responsible for what their children are intaking, I like to do my part as well. So that's just but anyways, okay, so like I said, there has been a little to no action, and this is something that is in the atmosphere as well. But okay, on another note, the thing that I can say is that because we were talking about fear, okay? We're talking about fear, and it's not like they are scared because of how bad something is going to be. They are scared because of how good something is going to be, okay? Which I feel like that is a good note. That is something that can be, taken away. Something that you can look at in a brighter sense that may make you feel a little bit better. So even though, because like I said, if you're here watching my video, then like when I'm giving you this information of, it's actually that they are scared because of how something good is going to be and not how bad something is going to be. They don't know that know this, okay? You're not a mind reader. And even if you are, okay, even if you are someone who is highly telepathic, you shouldn't have to read their mind, okay? Because one thing about it is because I don't know if you guys have, but I have been there before. I've been down that road before, and telepathy is no longer cute when that becomes your primary source of communication. When that becomes on the source of communication that you are now relying on, telepathy is no longer cute, but it is a nuisance, okay? It's a nuisance, and it becomes very annoying. So this person, what I am getting is that they are afraid of having a successful relationship because they've never had one before, okay? But at this point, okay, what I am getting is that your eyes are kind of drifting apart in different directions because of kind of this yeah, like I don't know, maybe you guys are rolling your eyes a lot at this point. I mean, I wouldn't blame you, but that's kind of what I'm saying. It's like your eyes are drifting apart. It's not that they're going cross-eyed, like no, they are drifting apart because maybe you are kind of feeling dizzy. Maybe you guys are feeling confused. Maybe you feel like you're being taken on a ride and you're at this point, maybe you're ready to get off of that ride because you need your eyes to see, okay? You need them to see. But also you need to hear the words so that you don't feel like you are crazy or alone, imagining things and doing the tango by yourself, kind of feeling both roles, okay? Because for some of you, remember how I said you are mating with your own soul? Maybe for some of you guys, you are starting to feel like that. Like maybe this is something that you created in your head. Maybe you are making something feel greater than it is because of how deeply you feel and how, you know what I'm saying? Like how deeply your emotions go. And maybe at this point you're feeling like, like oh yes, I talked about this like way back, but I don't know, maybe you feel like you are either they or you are gaslighting yourself, okay? Is one thing that I am getting here. And it's like you don't want to be the one carrying, I guess like the weight of this connection, because when you're doing that, it's like it's burdensome, right? Like it's burdensome, especially we're talking about root chakra energy. That's like you don't want to have to, it's kind of like, I don't know, you feel like you have to like be strong or like maintain some sort of strength, or you're trying to hang in there and you're kind of tired of that because it shouldn't feel like that, okay? But what I can say is that this person is like you in a way that you are shocked or taken aback by your own depth of emotion. So it's like you love it, but you hate it at the same time, okay? It could be a very uncomfortable feeling. It is scary to put yourself out there, but you feel like you've been left hanging, okay? You feel like you've been left hanging because maybe you have put yourself out there, but you are the full package. And this is something that they are still wrapping their head around. They are still wrapping their head around how they lucked up with you, how they, I don't know, like how you managed to walk into this person's life, how you see them, like or the fact that you see them, not just how you see them, but the fact that you see them, the fact that, I don't know, maybe you are even wanting them, or you have a desire for them, or your desire is as strong as it is. Ooh, confirmation, okay. But this is something that they think, but they won't say out loud, okay? This is just something that they think in their head. This is a person who lives in their head, okay? So you feel the exact same way about them, as far as, you know, viewing, as far as kind of seeing them as like the full package, or maybe, and like I said, because this person, I don't know, it's like your energy does something to this person, but their energy quite literally does the same to you, or maybe you feel like their energy literally, you feel, I don't know. It's like you feel the same magnitude that they feel. You just handle it differently, okay? But this may be something that they can't see because of past lovers who played a role in lowering their self-esteem. So the only difference is that you choose to be bold despite the fear that you may feel, because you would rather express it than repress it and explode, okay? So what I was getting is that this is something that you've had to work on, you know, as far as your throat chakra, as far as being able to express your feelings. It's not something that comes naturally for you. It's something that the more that you did it, and the more that you seem like, oh, it's not that bad, like I actually kind of like doing this, you know what I'm saying? Fighting and pushing past the fear of, you know, something that makes you feel uncomfortable, you actually enjoy it. But it's like, what I was getting is that because you have worked so hard to achieve being more vocal, you feel it a lot worse when you don't get anything in return, because it's already hard for you to do in the first place, okay? It's very nerve-wracking. So maybe you've tried, and at this point you're tired of trying because it never really seemed to pay off for you. And at this point, there is nothing more for you to do. You've already laid it all out, okay? You've laid it all out. You're feeling like you have laid out all your feelings, your emotions, and at this point you're out of moves, because any other moves that you would make, to you, it feels like you would just seem desperate, okay? And you are not desperate. It's like you want them, but you're also not going to beg. You're not going to sit and wait around and, you know, fucking disintegrate into dust, okay? And I'm sorry, guys. I was like, don't be a smartass, don't be a smartass, don't be a smartass. But that's kind of how you're feeling. Like, I want you guys to understand that I do feel where you're coming from, okay? It's like, I understand that you're human. I understand that you guys have emotions, okay? And it's okay to feel. And especially when you are someone who is trying to be so understanding, it's like, but you're not getting, or you're not feeling like you're getting that same understanding in return, or you're just feeling like, you know what I'm saying? You're just, I don't know. So as I said, because I was getting, you know, a lot of strong emotions coming in from this person, okay? But in that, you know, so I'm saying that there is so much that I could say that is on their heart and their mind, but I am not here to make excuses for anyone, because if they don't show it, then does it really matter? Because to you guys, you know, it's like you are hearing it, but it's like when you don't see it, why does it matter? It's kind of just keeping you kind of like stuck in like this limbo energy, this state of limbo, this state of like you're feeling like you're just like sitting here hoping for nothing, waiting on nothing. And it's like it is my job to give you guys what you need to hear, okay? So I'm not necessarily just telling you what's in the energy, but it's kind of like letting you guys know when you are kind of like stuck in a loop and kind of need to break out of that loop, because that's kind of what this is doing. It's like keeping you in a loop by, you know, it's like you can feel everything that is there. You can feel everything that is there, but you're not like seeing everything that is there, okay? So it's kind of keeping you stuck in this loop. And because like I said, you know, especially because, I mean, we're talking about connection energy. So anything else that I would talk about, you know, wouldn't necessarily, you know, say it the thing, wouldn't necessarily say it the same, but I might have some additional messages, maybe. No, actually, no. If I need to do a separate message, I'll do a separate message, but I want to keep this energy focused on this energy. Anyways, okay, so it's kind of keeping you stuck in this loop. And at this point, it's like you are proving to your spirit guides that you have learned your lessons and that you are not repeating them no matter how deeply you may feel. And so kind of what I'm getting from that is that this situation may be reminding you of something that you have already learned, already a past situation. And if this is something that you have opened up about, or something that you have shared, if they know like what you have been through, the things that you have experienced, and then it's like they repeat those things, it is a very cruel and kind of careless thing to do, okay? So maybe that is how you are taking it, that is how you are seeing it, and maybe they don't understand that because for whatever reason, okay? Or maybe that's not how they're looking at it, that's not how they're thinking about it. Maybe they needed to get a greater perspective of like, hello, like Like you're not the only one here. So maybe that's kind of what it is giving. It's like scared of the person that you're supposed to be working with. So how are you going to work together? They're just going to be kind of like left on the outside, and they can't even help you because you won't help them help you. So like I said, you're not repeating any, you know, old lessons, any old patterns that you've been through, no matter how deeply you may feel. Okay, you've got to choose you if they don't, so that you can move forward in life. So it's not about you leaving them behind, it's about you leaving your old self behind. And if they want to, they'll rise to meet you, and if not, you can't stop because you've stopped yourself for others long enough, and they are nowhere to be found. Okay, you have nothing to show for it. Okay, so like I said, you know, they do have something they want to express, something that they have been wanting to express, but at this point what I am getting is that you're not really holding your breath at this point. Okay, because it's been a little too long. So the option of, you know, waiting, it's not really feeling like much of an option. Waiting doesn't sound like an option here to you, and that is how you are feeling. Okay, so this was just to give you guys a little more clarity on what is in the energy. We'll see what comes out tomorrow. All right, but that is all I have for you guys today. If you found this message helpful, if you enjoyed this message, if you resonate with my energy, my content, etc., I do ask that you like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to. And I'll see you guys on next time. Enjoy the rest of your day. I love you all. Bye.